What's happening, Eddie? Listen,
I'm worried already, mate, to be honest with you.
Listen, Eddie, listen, you're lucky enough, yeah, because I nearly forgot about this, but look at this. I will sell you this today. Listen, this is going to be cheap. I don't want no one else to buy it except from you. This is made for you, this horse. Look, Ed, and it's got, look.
Oh, it's a white tail. Is that a good thing?
Yeah. You don't get money of them.
That's a good thing, right?
And Eddie, listen, if you want to breed foals, it's got a vagina.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Bill. Bill, let me just check the legs. Put it back in.
Hang on, mate. Let's check the legs.
One.
Don't let you see too many legs. It's got 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's
Lovely.
got 4. How are we, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you? Beautiful day over there, not far from us.
Yeah, lovely day. Lovely day, I must say. We're isolating.
Obviously, it's frustrating for all fighters right now, but you especially. We know we were locked in May the 2nd, Canelo Alvarez. You flew to Vegas. We're about to have a press conference this week. What's it been like for you the last couple of weeks out there?
Do you know what, Eddie, listen, everything happens for a reason. It's one of them. You know, I'm always on the phone banging on to you all the time. It's saying, don't go wrong. Well, I ain't got this one I want or that date when I want. You know, it is. But this is like one, you know, the whole world's come to an end. So, you know, you've got to take it on the chin. The main thing is I put myself in good position to go back in camp again. So I will be maintaining that. So look, maybe it's done me a favour, maybe it hasn't. I was, you know, super in front where I needed to be. With still 7 weeks to go when obviously we got the news. So it is what it is. Like I say, look, these big fights, it's like I've got this sort of curse on me. When they come, something happens, you know. But it's one of them. We all know that it will happen. So it's all I can be is fit, ready. Like you said, the ones who's fit and ready to go will be out first. So I'm standing ready.
Obviously, you were out in Vegas. What was the setup like there? I know you was in a top-ranked gym. You had Ben, you had Josh Taylor. Obviously, they took a little bit longer to get home than you, but...
Yeah, look, they did take a little bit longer to get home, but it was what it was. But the setup was unbelievable. The gym out there, the top-ranked gym, you know, it was isolated just to us. You know, lovely heat in there, and, you know, was in a nice place there, isolated again, but... You know, it's a shame, really, because the buzz was just coming around the camp. You know, Josh's fight, my fight, you know, building off each other. You know, we were both super fit. But, you know, it is what it is. We can't control what's obviously gone on. It's one of them things that we have to get on with. And, you know, moving forward, the important thing is that I'll stay in shape and ready when I get the call.
When we talk about Canelo Alvarez, a lot of people's pound-for-pound #1. How highly do you rate him, and why do you think you beat him?
I rate him as the best pound-for-pound at the moment. You know, I rate him as that because I have to in my own head, because for me to defeat him, I'm not going in there. It's not, for me, it's just not about money. We're all in it for the money, but for me, if they was to say, you're definitely going to win, you know, but you're going to go home and you're not going to have a penny, I'd say, yes, let's do that. So for me, it's all about winning. I really do rate him. I think that he's a brilliant fighter. He's complete. But the thing is, I believe, is that we've seen the best of him. You know, we haven't seen the best of me yet. I have seen the absolute best of him. The Golovkin fight twice, the Danny Jacobs fight. He's not going to get any better than that. And I believe that on my night, as long as everything's bang on right for me, I believe I've got the beating of Canelo Alvarez. But he's a brilliant champion. And, you know, you have to beat the best to be the best.
Obviously, from a UK perspective, a lot of people talking about whether you were going to get the fight or Callum Smith was going to get the fight. That is a fight you still want, the Callum Smith fight, the unification fight. And how much do you look into his performance against John Ryder? I know you had a good fight with John Ryder. You rate John Ryder really highly as well. A lot of people think that Callum, you know, didn't perform well in that fight, or was it just a case that John Ryder's underrated?
Look, I think a lot of people look at John Ryder and look at his record and go, oh, yeah, he's not particularly good. But I've shared the ring with John Ryder. He's probably given me one of my hardest nights I've had. And coming off from when we was both unbeaten as well, he didn't know what it was like to lose. So I had to push that extra mile more than anyone else. All right, he's got a bit more experience now. But I believe that John Ryder's a really good fighter. And I believe he'll give anybody in the division an absolute fight. He always comes to fight. He'll have a boxing match with you. I even sparred him for when I was boxing William Monroe. And I thought, when I sparred him, I thought, what a game cunt he is. You know, because he came in every day. Honestly, he came in every day. He was out of shape, but he came in every day and give it his all, and I respect him for that. I just think, you know, I believe that it was a close fight. You know, if John Ryder would have got the nod, you couldn't have really complained. I had him probably 1 or 2 ahead. But Callum Smith's also a great fighter, and I believe that if the Canelo fight didn't happen for me or him, you know, it's the only fight that really makes sense for the UK fans, whether that's at Anfield or whether it's at your call.
Do you think now up at 168 pounds that that's it for you now? I know that when we sat down, we talked about, you said you felt like you could box in both weight classes, but it seems like now most of the bigger fights are migrating up to 68. Yeah,
the thing is, I think all these fighters now, they're all just squeezing out the 160. You know, your Danny Jacobs was, you know, struggling to hold the weight. I believe Golovkin, you know, I think he's probably the more natural suited 160 at the moment at that weight than anyone in the division. But I think everyone's now just moving into the 160. I can make 160, especially now this stage of camp where I put myself, I can make that quite comfortably.
And obviously, the big heavyweight fight that may happen later this year when I take 50 grand off you, when Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury. We're still on for that bet, right?
Yeah. If you want, I don't know if you'd want to up it a little bit now, but I think you and I know the result. Listen, first of all, I have to say, what Anthony Joshua's done for British boxing from 2012 and where he's put it, the big nights he's delivered here, you have to take it out of to him. You know, selling out them, you know, them stadiums and, you know, the 80 and 90,000. You know, I'm a fighter. I know what that is like to do. But, you know, for him to do it, and now he's captured the imagination of the British public. But also now Tyson's right behind him. He's also done it. He's sort of conquered America. So it's going to be an unbelievable fight. But I just believe that, you know, there's no one to touch Tyson at anyway at the minute.
Well, I'm up for upping that bet when it's on. When we make that fight, me and you'll discuss an increase in numbers.
An increase in numbers.
To be fair, if you get this Canelo Alvarez fight and beat him, you're going to want to probably put down a couple of million on it. To be fair.
Look, Eddie, that's what I've got because the Alvarez fight ain't happening.
How much, Bill? How much does that go for?
Well, look, to you, we can negotiate a price and I can sell it to you.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't sell it to anybody else, only you.
In fact, that means a lot, mate.
Do you know what I mean? No one else in the world could buy that, only you, and I could deliver it. And you know, your house would be safe after a couple of gypsies drop it off.
Definitely going to give you my address, mate.
Yeah.
Because you're not subject to a wind-up.
Yeah. So
if anyone don't know that, the worst thing when I got on that plane with you, and I didn't even know you that well at the time when we flew back, and I said, and I'm saying now, I think I'm so tired, but I know if I go to sleep, the minute I go to sleep, Saunders will be up. Sticking
Eddie,
something on me.
What do you reckon of Ben Davison as a trainer? Like, I want your opinion on him because
I actually,
first of all, when we were face to face, you said before he's shit.
You talk some shit, you do.
That's what you said,
talk
mate.
some shit.
He's
you talk some shit, you do. No, I actually, funny enough, because I said to Ben Davis, I thought you were overrated.
Yeah.
So what I actually think of Ben Davison is, I think that he's a very, very good trainer. I think what he did with Tyson Fury was exceptional. And I was actually saying the other day, I hope more young trainers come into the game now. Because when you look at the older school trainers, whether it's, I mean, they're not even that old, but Tony Sims, Joe Gallagher, you know, all these guys, even Dave Caldwell, he's watching this, he's not getting old. But, you know, that younger era of trainer now, you talk about, I think Shane McGuigan is a very good trainer. I think Ben Davison is a very good trainer. I would like to see some of these fighters that have retired recently become trainers as well. I'm talking about Anthony Crolla, I'm talking about Darren Barker, I'm talking about, but the problem is, once you're done, do you still want to be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to meet the lads for a run? I mean, I know that's probably different for you because you're so disciplined.
Out of all the young trainers you mentioned, the two there obviously apart Ben, but the two you mentioned, Crolla and Barker, I believe they would be very, very world-class trainers. They have got that commitment. I believe them too. I don't really know about the rest. Young ones coming through retired, because like you say, if you've done all the old graft.
Do you think you would be a good trainer?
I think I would be a good trainer I'd help my sons out to show them. And probably if that got me in a gym, I'd probably end up helping everyone out as well. But you got to get in that routine. The same as boxing. You have to get in that routine to start that camp head off. You have to get in that trainer routine, you know, because it don't only come, oh, I've got to get up and go for a run. You got to get up and study. You got to get up and look at opponents. You got to make sure your fighter's on weight. You got to make sure, you know, the right trainer's done at the right times. It's a heavy job. Sometimes I have to slap Ben. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
All the time I have to slap Ben, matter of fact.
Yeah. Okay.
All the time.
Well, that's one between you two. But listen, Bill,
who's your favourite all-time trainer at the moment?
My favourite all-time trainer at the moment?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Dave
about?
Caldwell's watching and Ben's watching, but I'm going to give it to Dave Caldwell.
All right, I'll go. What I'll do is I'll go outside of Britain to not. I think Eddie Reynoso is a good trainer. Canelo's trainer.
I think, yeah, but he can't really speak a lot of English, so we can't really go. We don't know what he's saying, do you know what I mean? Also, they do good meat out there as well.
So that's another thing. So, obviously, because we don't know what he's saying to us, we don't know if he's any good. Is that what you're saying?
How could he tell me? Well, you know, we'll see how good he is when I box Canelo.
Good. Listen, finally, we know you're a wind-up merchant, but you have got a good heart. Shout out to the British public. Few words of positivity right now.
Well, listen, the only thing we can do, mate, is respect this virus, what's going around, and, you know, make sure, please God, and say for all our children and families safe, because, you know, a lot of people ain't really taking notice of this warning, are they? You know, I see a lot of people out on the street still, and, you know, when I was out on the horse earlier on, I see a load of people out. It probably includes me as well, to be fair, because I was out.
Well, obviously, if you saw him out, you were out yourself, mate.
I'm doing a little jog around in the open air and back. I'm isolated. Eddie, I've never seen you look so rough, mate. With your beard, what's
mate, terrible. Look, mate, I've got no money coming in.
Do you want to sign this gypsy here?
Oh, wait, don't be shy.
Don't be shy, Bill.
Bill, come on, Bill. Bit of shadow for us, Bill.
He's a bit big at the minute. We've got him out here cleaning the horses out.
He'll pop that trader over later for us, yeah?
Yeah, pop it over you later.
All right, nice one, Bill. I'll message you.
Details. Let's put the 30 grand in, yeah?
All right, sweet. See you, mate.
See ya.